Okay, and we're recording Pudding. Alrighty, so big day for Pudding. We're going to experiment with him in a new environment. We haven't done this with him before. And we're trying to see whether or not being in a new place has any real effect on his behaviour. Because obviously we've seen him at home and he's had a few moments where he's got upset, but we haven't tried to do anything in a new environment. It's all been at home. So I'm looking to see, is the behaviour different? We're going to struggle to help him if the behaviour is different, because we'll have to take him into a new environment every single time and then encourage him to help him understand that he's safe even in the new environment. If his behaviour is exactly the same as it is at home, we can keep working on it at home, and then it's only going to help when we're out here. And so far, we had some camera problems, which meant that we didn't show the warm-up that we did with him on the ground, though it wasn't especially eventful. But so far, he's feeling pretty much exactly like he does at home, only with a little bit more oomph behind his walk and a little bit more energy, which is what we expected. So far, nothing unusual. And what we're hoping is that all the work we've put in at home, we can help to make him feel safe out here in the new environment. And a boy. It's amazing how effective that lateral flexion is at calming horses down. It's almost instant. It's nice too, buds. Yeah, again, he's not feeling any real difference to him here, just more forward than I'm used to feeling on him. We haven't pointed him at any jumps yet. And if you remember, the contact was something he really got upset with at home. That's good. He didn't feel like he could stretch. He thought that he was blocked in the front by the contact. We obviously don't want that. See some nice lateral bending. Hoods. Give me the bend. Atta boy. It feels like so much of his issue came from having a tight pole and feeling trapped in the front. As soon as I start to bend that pole, he starts to billow out and give. Like there, he's locked it. I get the feeling he's going to be the kind of horse where I go, oh, I'm not going to jump that because he's not offering me that bend. I'm going to avoid it because he's not soft through that pole. Atta boy. Go. Atta boy. Hey. There you go. Good lad. That's what we want. What happened there? A lot of times when the horse gets scared like that, we tighten up on the reins. And I'm a failure at that as well. It's not just, I'm not saying it like I'm some sort of messiah, and I never get that wrong. I get that wrong all the time. In that instance, I did not snatch the reins, which I'm really happy about, because basically what that does is it makes the horse feel like they can't escape if something does bother them. And so if your horse sort of runs off a bit, really try to, and not always, like obviously I need to disclaimer because this is not educational for your horse, obviously, like your horse might have different issues that need resolving in different ways. But a lot of times when your horse runs off, you actually want to try and let them and go, it's okay, you can go forward, but I'm now going to put you in this little circle. Rather than trying to stop them by blocking them from going forward, which then makes them think they can't get away. Instead, try to... That's a boy. Yeah. Try to, as much as you can, allow them to escape when they're afraid. Within reason, obviously. There is times when you have to say no, 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 and that leadership can help. But in that instance, not having just following him with my seat and actually not touching the reins or asking him to bend or do anything at all, made him blow out almost immediately afterwards. He's already actually starting to feel a bit more like he does at home, which is really nice. Obviously we're already trotting, so let's get going. But I'm not overly worried so far. Maybe I should be. Boy. Very nice. Very nice, kiddo. Lengthen. I felt bored, sorry dude. Lengthen. And then shorten. And then up and decanter. Come up. That's it, up and short. But canter. Atta boy. He's like, I don't want to come up in the canter. Funny boy. Good, that bend's getting a little easier each time I ask for it. The lateral feels really nice. It's not surprising because he's more up, so the lateral would feel nicer. It's not really overly surprising. Good boy. That's a boy. Very nice. Attaboy. So that's like the ridden warm-up. Feeling pretty good about my ridden warm-up. You really... So I'll tell you what, our camera trouble was that the arena was slightly too big for the tracking camera. And so we can't go up to that orange jump, and he keeps going like, can I go look at that orange jump? It looks cool. I feel like it's because I keep saying, no, you can't. He's like, but that orange jump kind of looks cool. Now, obviously, we won't get this long to warm up in an arena when we go somewhere for an event or something, but I'm already really happy with how he's responding here. He doesn't feel any different other than to just be a little bit more energetic. So, yeah, I'm really pleased with that. I'm going to point him into this blue jump here and just see what happens. You could take a rail down if you like. I mean, I'm happy to do it at that height. Really? I mean, if you want to take a rail down, He's not going to struggle with it. No, leave it as it is. The reason I want you to leave it as it is because that's possibly going to put my nerves up a little bit, which might simulate what we want a bit more. Not because I've never jumped him that high, and we're in a new place, and it might not. I don't know. We kind of, as much as I want him as warmed up and relaxed as possible, I kind of we want to try and simulate some stress. Although, I'm never going to, if we're doing it correctly, I shouldn't be stressing at an event, because I think that's what causes so many of his issues. But at the same time, that's like saying, yeah. It's like best of intentions, right? I should never stress at an event. It's probably not going to happen. We kind of want to know what's going to happen if I'm a little bit tense at an event. And that's what we were trying to simulate the other day when we rode him, and I was trying to push him a little bit. We were trying to sort of simulate, what if I get my energy up and try pushing him a little bit? Wait, you want to give those signs a little sniff? So yeah. What do you think, buds? You ready? You feel pretty good, kiddo. Ooh, watch it. Yeah, watch it. Atta boy. What a pony. What a pony. And come back. Oh, puds. Andy came back right away. I can confirm that coming into that, I did not think about strides, and my mind went completely blank, and I stared at the centre of it out of nervousness. I am not an expert jumper, but I am riding an expert jump pony. It's pretty clear. And he thinks he is hot shit. Tell me that is not the face of a pony that thinks he's hot. Tell me that isn't the face of a pony that thinks it's hot. Like riding a cloud. He just went for it. I just held the neck strap and stayed out of his way. I'm going to need some instruction to actually be able to help him in those, but he even thought about ducking out. Sort of 2 strides out, and I sort of went no, and then just held on, thinking he might rear and slow down, but then he went, okay, I'm locked on, and jumped it. As soon as he felt me go, no, come on, like a little bit of I mean, he has definitely exhibited the behavior that we have noticed with him, as in, he did it at that French's Farm thing, where he sort of comes up to a jump and you feel him slamming the brakes on and twisting. He's definitely done that, but I could have stopped him at the EQ arena EQ sign easily. I just was going, let's go down slowly, but he would have stopped, which is really cool. He wasn't running off with me at all. He's not ignored me at all. Have you? And he jumped that really, I thought he jumped that really nicely. Yeah, I know. I don't really want to do anymore, I don't think. I know that sounds stupid. We've gone through all the effort of getting here and doing all this, but like, I don't want to jump a course when we haven't done one at home, because that just seems like, I'm already jumping way higher than I have done with him. I don't want to push it and have him not feel like a winner, you know? I know that sounds stupid, but huh. I want to get his fitness up at home and take him hacking loads, and then we'll do courses. Because he spooks more on a hack than he has here, so I can just hack him to get that behaviour. I felt that behaviour a couple times, that sort of twist and rear behaviour. Once, when we first went through that narrow gap up there, at walk, he did that same sort of, he went to slam the brakes on, and then he went, oh no, I'm okay. And then he did it over there at the sign, right as I came into the jump, he did like a rear back thing. But again, I just didn't block him, and he seemed to be just like, okay, I'm okay, I can get away if I need to. So, yeah, as boring as it is, that's it. I'm just going to walk him off and be done.
My turn.
Ellis's turn. Wow. We'll come back again, Puds. You don't ride for today, Zoe. You always ride for tomorrow. If I jumped the whole course, which we could, I'd be riding for today. No. No, I'm, that's it. Yeah, I'm happy. I'm happy to start seriously trying to train him to do this. He spooked more going up Mandy's Drive than he has here, and like, yeah. I'm pretty sure if I can keep a really level head and not block his forward in all the stuff we're doing, he's just going to jump everything for me. But there's no point now in pushing him until he goes no, and then teaching him that going out places is going to be that. I want him to feel like when I'm on him, everything I'm going to ask him to do is super easy, and he can totally do it. Yeah, I want to end on this note. Just walk him off a bit, and then... You got what you wanted, Zoe? It's no longer 90% sure whether I'll do this or not. I've got this end. Have a look. You've been wanting to come up here. Hmm? Snort. What do you think, Puds? Where is it, Puds? Need a flag. Where is it, Puds? Where is it? What do you see? What do you see, Puds? He's so funny, he's just... He's just stopped and started staring in this corner. I don't know what he's seen. What is it? What is it, dude? You seen another horse over there? Is that what you're getting all funny about? Hey, what have you seen? Oh, there's a gap in the hedge. Is he looking... What have you seen? You funny boy. What is it? Well, I'm not going to get into an obsessive staring off into the distance calling for horses thing. No, we're not going to do that. We're not going to do that. No. We're not going to do that. No. Come on. No, come on. Don't ignore me. You've worked yourself up about something. I think another thing we may have to desensitize him to is like lots of horses going crazy all over the place. But I feel like if we go on like a tick clinic, for example, that will probably do that. But I also don't feel like it's going to create a different problem. It's just going to amplify the issues that we have. Yeah. And it's like we're going to have to keep pushing him to sort of see those issues and be okay with them. You know, to sort of go, it's okay, you don't need to get obsessed about these things or whatever, but yeah. You really like that top corner now, don't you? I'm just going to work you a little in that top corner then, I think. Since the camera does seem to track me up this top corner, even though the little tracking beacons don't come all the way up here. I'm not going to let you stand and stare obsessively though, I'm sorry. Because it's not just looking to see if there's something unusual, is it? It's I think there's horses up here and I want to stare at them deal. So often when a horse has too much energy, we try to like hold them back and slow them down and actually put them in a circle, get that little bit of a bend of the pole and let them expel that energy. It's so much better of a strategy to helping them relax than it is to try and contain them. Again, not all horses. This is not... I cannot make a video series that covers all horses. I tried to make many video series with lots of different horses, but and maybe you can try some of these things, but always better to try with a professional that has worked with your type of horse before. But certainly teaching your horse to bend at the pole is never a bad thing to train a horse to do. Come on. There you go. It helps Arabians learn to be straight, it helps cobs learn to be more flexible, it helps warm bloods the same way. Oh, what I've really, really loved with him is he's just not said no once. It's just been yes, then yes, then yes. Good boy. Awesome. Well, we've got 2 nuggets of poo to pick up. Other than wanting me to jump the entire course, which I'm not going to do you think I need to do anything else? Oh. But I'm also riding, which makes it harder for me to know if I'm hitting the mark or not. I can't think bringing him here into a field arena full of jumps, jumping something really calmly and really nicely, and then carrying on cooling down until he blows out can do anything but positive. It's tempting. That jump was really nice. I'm not going to lie, it's really tempting. But there's also just that little part of me that's saying, when you get something good and then you feel like you want to do it again, just don't. Because otherwise, the next one might not be so good and then you'll regret it. I'll be interested to watch the video back though to see whether, because I was quite nervous going into that jump, to see what happened. I was expecting a puff jump as well, which is quite hard, and he just floated so nicely. Puff's got a nice jump, but it's very like he just went just like, oh, is that what they're supposed to feel like? He's not an Arab jumping.